Welcome to another episode of the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards. This is where we celebrate the women reshaping heavy music from the shadows to the spotlight. And on this episode, we're diving deep into the dark and atmospheric universe of one of Canada's most intriguing rising heavy acts, formed through a collision of ideas, personalities, and pure creative instinct. They blend haunting melodies, raw intensity, and cinematic storytelling into something truly otherworldly. Their debut single, Deepstar, has finally received the long-awaited visual it deserves, closing one chapter while launching an even darker future ahead. Joining me is the voice at the center of that storm, vocalist Amanda of Famous Strangers. Welcome to the Metal Queens podcast.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
Joining us from Edmonton, Famous Strangers feels like a typical band, and it feels less like a typical band and more like a universe. When people hear the name for the first time, what do you want them to feel before they even hit play?
Well, I think I want them to be intrigued and lured in because that's what a lot of the music does too, is we want to lure you in and be like, what is this? Who is this? Because it isn't your typical metal or rock. It's a different name. Jeffrey Kitlitz was the one who made that name. He was driving one time in driving down the road and he was listening to Perfect Strangers by Deep Purple.
Mm.
And then he looked up and saw Famous Donaire. So he like put those together, Famous Strangers. And it's sort of, yeah, just we've been in the playing in the music scene for 20 plus years, all four of us, but we're also strangers to one another. And so we just want people to be intrigued and be like, what is this even? Because it could be anything, really.
Yeah, this band came together almost by accident, a collision of ideas and histories too. From your perspective, what made this lineup click so quickly?
I It was so cool. Me and Jeff have been trying to work with each other for a couple years, but I've just been was really busy and it just didn't work out. So it's funny how the universe is amazing because he just asked me to come and jam some covers and we all came together and it was just like immediate, like the vibe. And we'd just sit in the basement and chill out and jam out to cover songs and like it just felt like it took some time for me to like feel them out because I didn't know them. I knew them from this scene, like acquaintances, but like I haven't hung out with them one on one like this. So it definitely clicked right away. And for a while there, it was just jamming cover songs, cover tunes like some Wasp and Iron Maiden and all that good stuff. And then they just dumped it like 20 original songs on me. And the fact with them, they just like let me have complete creative control. I just like literally just like poured out of me all the music. It goes all we haven't showed you our soft side yet. We have like a whole other side to us, which I'm excited to show, but it takes time and you gotta like lure the metalheads in and keep them alive too. So
That's right. There's a real sense of emotional honesty in the music. Nothing feels forced or polished
I
for the sake of trends, not
no,
at all. Was that an intentional mission from the start, or did it just naturally happen?
it literally naturally happened. I would like jam with them and even to this day I could be having the worst day and then after we jam, I think every musician says this. I feel so good after. They make me feel so good. So for me anyway, I think for most people when you let someone be completely yourself and when you're so happy and feel loved and supported, that's where the magic happens. Like don't get me wrong, it's good to let out your like when you're having a bad day to write and be creative and stuff. But they make me feel so good that I've just been writing stuff that uh, I went to a tarot reader and I'm not like huge onto that stuff, but I like to sometimes I just like to hear from another perspective. And she told me, she's like, write what you know, write your experiences. People are going to resonate with that. And that's all I've been doing. And maybe I'm letting a little too much out, especially with this new album. Like it's just literally all my insides out for the world to see, which is sometimes can be embarrassing and vulnerable, but whatever. It's art and that's what's happening. So
Are you the main songwriter, Amanda, or is it a true collaboration on the writing?
I want it to become a true collaboration. Because they landed so many songs on me, after I got over the fear and the self-doubt of my writing, I can't stop. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't stop. But Jeffrey Kitlitz, or just Jeff, he wrote Desire, and that's on the new album. And he wrote the whole thing lyrically and musically with Beej and Braden and stuff. So there is one song that he wrote the whole thing, which took me a while to get it the way that like I wanted it to be amazing for him because it's his song, right? So everything is me except for that one song. But going forward, I really am excited for them to collaborate with me because you must not telling people what to do, but it's so good to get different perspectives and different ideas and things that like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Like I love collaborating with people so much with music. You never know what's going to come out of it. So
We're
in the
gonna talk.
future, yes.
We're gonna talk Deepstar and that new album coming up in just a bit. But first, how did you get into music? Was music big in the house growing up?
I was really lucky that I know in kindergarten my favorite thing was music for sure. You know those fucking flutes. Oh, am I allowed to swear? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I have a potty mouth. I try not to.
you're
Sorry,
good. You can
sorry,
hear.
sorry,
Yes.
kids. Sorry, kids. But yeah, you know those fucking flutes, in music class and stuff. And then my stepfather, Robert Wingard, he had his acoustic, and we would always sit around the table and he'd play the Beatles and Mrs. Robinson, and it was just like my favorite thing. And he started out like they got me a acoustic guitar for Christmas, and then my sister started dating a drummer from a metal band when I was in like grade 11, and I
Nice.
started getting snuck into metal shows, and the rest is history. Like even that drummer is Timothy Prevost. He's the drummer of Order of Chaos. So that's how that all began with my old band there. And little did he know, he put an Into Eternity CD in my hand when I was 16. So it's just like the universe again, just all these like crazy synchronizing or serendipity. Is that what that's called?
So Edmonton, is it a good metal and rock scene there?
Amazing.
Mm.
I guess maybe when you're new to it, maybe it's different, but it's been 20 plus years for me. So that's my family. I go to shows alone because I can't have somebody beside me when I'm just like here and there and hey and ho. So it's an incredible metal family. And that's how I know Jeff and Beej and Braden is because I love to go to all the different genres of metal. So they're from the punk scene. So that's why I knew them because I would always, some metalheads intertwine with the genres. So you just kind
Yeah.
of know everybody. It's an incredible scene. And you know what? I know you know this too. Lately, the kids are coming out like the all ages shows, and it's so beautiful because that used to be us. That used
Yeah.
to be us, and it's not anymore. But it's so nice to see these all ages and like the little kids like moshing, and even like the parents that we've grown up with now, they're fathers and mothers, and it's just an incredible thing to see. And it's keeping it alive, right? Like
Yeah.
those moments in those kids' eyes is like the reason they're going to do something, whether it's music or like I want that kid to look up at that stage and either be like, I want to go home and play guitar, or I want to go paint, or I want to, just inspire those little kiddies. So yeah, sorry. The music scene is phenomenal here in Edmonton.
Yeah, Amanda, you said that I was at Louder Than Life in Kentucky back in September, and the age range, they were, fathers with kids, and it was just great to
Right?
see. And older folks too. I mean, really older
Everybody,
folks rock it out.
everybody.
Yeah, it's great. Metal's in a great place right now. Um, Deep Star was the first song Famous Strangers ever released. Yet the video took 2 years to arrive. What does it feel like now? And why finally closing that loop here in 2026, early in 2026?
I think everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but I think you know that some things take time, obstacles happen, challenges happen, and you just got to roll with it. it feels weird because it's like for me, I'm like, oh, Deepstar, it's like that's like I want to show you all the new stuff, but I kind of saw a quote the other day that a lot of people are hearing and seeing your music for the very first time, and I need to remind myself that
Yeah.
because it's Deepstar is new to other people, but it's old news for me. But it's kind of exciting to do it this way because now Deepstar has another time to launch and for it to be like come at you in a different way. So we recorded Melina's parts pretty pretty soon from the release we had, and then we recorded our instrumental parts like a year or two later. So just obstacles got in the way, and that like you want to get things out so fast and you get impatient, but sometimes you need to have patience because I've done it before where you don't want to wait and you put things out when they're not ready. And I've done that, and it's just then it's out forever and there's nothing you can do about it. So sometimes it's okay to, there's a reason why these things happen. So,
I want to go back to Melina for a minute because it's an interesting part of the story of this song. You
right?
shared that Deep Star began as a song about your friend Melina, and somehow
Yes.
it evolved into this cosmic, heroic figure. Do you remember the
Yeah.
moment when it shifted from personal to interstellar?
I think I already had an idea to write about her in a way that she comes from another place. And it's so funny because we're already Famous Strangers is already kind of spacey. Like we have, not what you've heard, but what's coming out and stuff. So it made sense that she came from another world. And then you think about because I got almost the inspiration from that what's that cartoon, heavy metal cartoon. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this like badass woman from another planet. And in the state of the world, I mean, we need help. We need to like save us. So I thought it was a cool little, thing like that.
A huge part of Famous Stranger's identity is keeping things in-house, with Jeff recording and mixing much of the band's material. As a vocalist, how does that level of creative control change your process at all?
It changed it entirely.
Mm.
I've never I've never had this much creative control where it's to the point where I almost yell at the boys, not in a mean way, just like say no for once. Like I can never tell if they mean something or not because every time they're like, "Oh, that's great. That's great." And there are so many songs. Like I don't think LSC would have even been out because you know how we all get. And I crumpled up that paper and I was like, "This is silly. This is stupid." And then they reassure me of like, "No, no, it's great." And it's crazy how much can happen when you have people behind you supporting you and what could come out. So the creative freedom has been like a blessing for me, honestly. And it's funny because all the other times in the past where I would go to that silly spot, like people want to be really professional and that's great and all, but that's just not who I am. I'm silly, I'm weird, I'm out there, unfiltered completely. So it's so funny that now the places where I was never really could go, that's where I'm getting all my music from is all those silly spots. Like we have a punk song coming out about aliens, and it's so I don't know. Now I love it, but again, questioning and just being like, is this stupid or is this dumb? But what did David Bowie say? Write for you, and the people
Yeah.
will follow. Like, don't write for other people. Like, of course we're writing for other people, but like, write what is in here. Don't dim your light at all because that's where people like are lured in by your uniqueness and like we're all unique and amazing. So
Your
I hope I'm not
vocals,
talking too much.
your vocals move effortlessly between melody, vulnerability, and aggression too. When you're writing, do lyrics come first? Do you let the whole atmosphere guide you through it?
Definitely, I love that. Yeah, the atmosphere. It's definitely like I'll freestyle it a lot at jam, and we record all our jams. So then I come home and I listen to the riff, and I'm a feeler with music. Like I'm not trained. Uh, there's like those two musicians, right? You're either trained on like reading music or you're just a feel, I'm all feel. So I listen to it and I write down words, just one word of how it makes me feel. And then I try to combine it with like, hey, what's happened in my life that makes me feel like this? But lately, the cool thing is I was really mad one day and I just kind of bled all over the paper, not literally, but and I cried all over the paper. And then I brought it into this, the first time I brought my lyrics into a song, and that came together. So I love doing all the different things. And then even sometimes we played Drumheller and the song wasn't written yet lyrically. So I said, we're going to play this song for you because they wanted an encore. And I was like, but I don't have any lyrics yet. So someone yell out an idea that I could sing about, and it's Drumheller. So someone said dinosaurs. So I freestyled the whole song about dinosaurs. And like, you're never going to hear that again. But people were just jiving to it. Was so much fun. So there's many different ways. And now I'm really learning all the different ways to do it. So
Amanda, you shared stages with bands like Revocation. We're actually recording this on the night before you're going to share the stage with Danko Jones and Three Inches of Blood. Played festivals like Armstrong Metal Fest and Loud as Hell. What's been the biggest lesson from taking Famous Strangers into live spaces?
oh my goodness. There's lessons every day, isn't there? I think that we learned quickly how, because we have our own setup, like we're fully sustainable, if that's the right word. We have our own mixing, like, because Jeff, bless Jeff, he's like a sound guy on his when he's not out playing music. So he has everything color coded and to the point where now because we've learned our lesson, we get up on that stage and I'm plugging things and we're all just like, hey, this is what we need to do to, because you want to be the band that, especially when you're opening for a band, you want to get on, play it, get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way, but just you want to be efficient and you want to be fast. And so it's been really amazing to learn the ins and outs of, doing the sound guy's job almost. Like obviously he's there helping us, but I'm also now plugging stuff in. And for me, I need to stop partying. Like I'm not a big partier anyway, but when you're at the festivals, like it's so, especially as a vocalist and you're seeing your whole family
Yeah.
because you don't necessarily get to play with all these bands. So the festivals are the one place where all the bands that you've known forever in one metal community are there, and the drinking and partying and yelling all night, like it's got to stop. And it's a little heartbreaking, but like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I chose to be a vocalist. So there's balance, is there? I don't know. I'm working on that, but so definitely lessons and, just always wanting to be better and, you know, your time management on the stage and taking care of yourselves. Or you could go the whole other way and just be a wreck, but it
Yeah.
doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, it's true, especially the festival setting, timing wise and time management, since you're on for
it's so
what,
hard.
20, 30 minutes sometimes. Yeah. With Deepstar, George, I'll See You in the Stars, and my favorite, LSC, you've been steadily expanding the Sonic universe. So, the big question, what can fans expect from this year, 2026, and the full length album?
2026 already, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that was another thing. We wanted to record a whole album in 25 and it didn't happen. But we just literally last night, I was with Jeff till 2 in the morning and we just finished off the 7 song album that we're going to put on vinyl. And we're going to play, we know one, but we're going to try to play all the Canadian festivals there, but we don't know yet. We submitted, but they haven't announced anything yet. So hopefully that's a thing too. And a bunch of shows. I think we're planning like a hall show for a single release in Edmonton here, and lots of offers and lots of stuff. But so new album, another music video. But again, as everyone knows, or if they don't, everything is time and money. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's I don't care. I'll do anything, but there's a thing about, you know, the timing and you got to space things out and just one thing at a time. So that's what's happening.
All right, a lot of new music, and follow them on social to find out about upcoming shows as well and festivals. Famous Strangers, a band proving that heavy music can be haunting, intimate, and absolutely cinematic. Make sure you watch the Deepstar video. It is out now via Space Untravel's YouTube channel. And keep your eyes locked on this band as they prepare to unleash their full-length album here in 2026. Amanda, thank you for joining me here on the Metal Queens podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Love you all so much.
Thank you. And thanks for watching and listening to the Metal Queens podcast. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, write a review. I'm Steve Richards. That's Amanda. And I will talk to you again next time.